Hey, Peter Visser here, and in this video I'm just going to show you how to add your Facebook tracking pixels to lead pages. So this is actually very simple. Now what you'll do is you go to Tools and you'll go to Pixels. Once you're in Pixels, you either create a pixel if it's not already created, um, or you simply go to Actions and say a View Pixel Code. So this will allow you to copy this piece of code onto a page so that Facebook can track the events that happen there. So I'm just going to hit copy. So if I go to lead pages, and let's say, for example, I go to this page called T3 Webinar Replay, I just hit edit. So this is a page I previously created. So I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to go to lead pages options. I'm going to hit tracking codes, and then I'm just going to paste this in the head tag tracking code. Okay, so let me paste that. And let me just see. Right, so that's all done. That's all good. I'm actually going to copy this little piece of code there, just that number, just to show you something rather cool. So let me just save that. I'm going to hit publish. Right, so you have now a URL, so you can just hit view page. So what I want to do, just to double check the tracking code is in, I'm just going to say view page source by right clicking, and then I can hit Command F on a Mac, Control F on PC, and I will see that right down there is this tracking code in there. So I know the script is in there and it's all good. And that is the entire Facebook script. Okay, perfect, that I just put in there. All right, excellent. So that is on this page. So what you need to do now is you need to decide what this means. So if this is the thank you page that you're going to be using in order to record the number of leads you're going to get, you'll go to Facebook and then you would say create a custom conversion. So you can click on the link up here, or you can go down there to create a custom conversion. So I'm going to say create conversion, track conversions with standard events, track custom conversions. So I'm going to click this, right? So URL contains, so I'm going to paste this URL in there. So I'm just going to copy that, go back to Facebook. I'm just going to paste that URL in there. So URL contains, that's absolutely fine. Choose a category. And I'm going to say that so anyone who views that page becomes a lead. Okay. So then I'm going to hit next. I'm just going to add, and I'm going to say webinar replay lead. Okay, and you can set a conversion value if you, for example, want to say, right, this is a sale. When someone views that page, it was a sale. You can put a value in there, but I'm not going to set a value right now. So I'm just going to hit create. So I've created that webinar replay lead. Now, every time I run a Facebook ad and people land on this page, Facebook will record that as a lead that has been generated, and then you can optimize for that. Now, one of the other things you can do is if you have two pages, let's say, for example, this is my thank you page, and I go back to this and I say done. Let me just exit that. That's my thank you page, and let's say, for example, this is a squeeze page, so I'll edit this. And I can actually put the same piece of code on here, and Facebook won't recognize it as a lead because I didn't specify it as a custom conversion inside of Facebook. So let's have a look at, let's say, lead page options. Let's go to tracking codes. I'm just going to put this in the head. I'm going to paste that same tracking. Oh, so I've got the URL still there. So I'm just going to go back to Facebook, actions, view pixel code, copy that, go back over to here, and I'm going to paste that. So, and I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit save. Let's just quickly update this. That's fine. Okay. Right. So let me save that. And so I've got this page. So let's say, for example, someone clicks on this, they enter their email address, they hit download report or whatever. And so this is the page I'm sending people to from Facebook. You hit save. By the way, this wouldn't be Facebook compliant, this page, but just as an example. I'm going to hit publish. And then I'm going to start my Facebook ad with this page. So someone goes here and then they visit this page, Facebook gave right. They came in here, they filled out their email address, they became a lead, they then visited the thank you page, and we know they're a lead because you can only get to this thank you page by becoming a lead. right? So that's how this whole thing works. So it's important to have tracking pixels on both pages, simply because what you want to do is you can then go ahead and create an audience for that page so that you can target them later. So let me give you an example. So I'm going to create an audience now. I'm going to say anyone who visits my website. I'm going to say people who visit specific web pages. And I'm just going to copy this URL. So I've published it, right? So let me just copy the URL. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to stick it on Facebook, right? So, and I'm going to say people who have visited this page in the last 30 days. And I'm going to give this audience a name. So I'm going to say um, landing page for campaign number one, right? So you give it a bit more of a descriptive name. I'm just going to say create audience. And so it's created that audience. So if you go over here to audiences, you can see that you've created a one that's called landing page for campaign number one. Currently the size is really, really small because you can't because no one's visited that page yet. But every time someone visits that page and becomes doesn't become a lead, you can then retarget them and target them again through this through these audiences here. So hopefully that makes sense on how to add tracking pixels. Um, Once you've done that, you're pretty much good to go, and Facebook will track everything you do. So that's how you do it within Lead Pages. Right, chat to you soon.